So this is one of the worst stoppages ever because Merab got hurt in the first round. They should have stopped it. Marlon got hurt in the first and the second round. They should have stopped it, the ground and pound. But they eventually stopped it late in the second round. Okay, we got another prediction video. UFC 278. Jose Aldo versus Merab Dvalishvili. Jose Aldo, veteran, former champion, one of the greatest of all time, dominated the featherweight division for years. He was one of the best featherweights on the planet for over a decade. Jose Aldo, he cleaned out the featherweight division in the UFC numerous of times, but his reign ended when he ran into Conor McGregor. And I'm not gonna lie, I actually lost money that night. Jose was on the 18-fight win streak. It looked like when he fought against Conor McGregor, the pre-fight antics got into Jose Aldo's head. The trash talk at the press conference. Yeah, so he was knocked out in 13 seconds by Conor. Jose Aldo faced Frankie Edgar in their rematch because they fought prior when Jose Aldo was the champion. And Jose Aldo was able to win a 5-round dominant decision over Frankie. But they fought again in a rematch for the interim UFC Featherweight Championship, which Jose won again by unanimous decision. But Conor McGregor was stripped of his title after he won the lightweight championship because he never defended the featherweight belt. Jose was promoted to featherweight champion again, but he lost to Max Holloway. He won the first 2 rounds against Max, but he ended up losing by TKO in the 3rd round. Looked like he started to slow down, and Jose was never known for his cardio to begin with. Jose fought Max Holloway again, and similar to the first fight, Aldo found success in the opening rounds before slowing down and losing the fight by TKO in the 3rd round against Max. His next fight was against Jeremy Stephens. This fight was a brawl. They were going back and forth, hurting each other. It looked like Jeremy had the advantage early on, but then Jose was able to drop in with a body shot and finish Jeremy. He fought against Renato Canero and was able to finish him in the 2nd round from strikes. After that, he lost to Alexandre Volkanovski by decision. Alex was able to frustrate Jose Aldo with his movement and with his footwork and outclass the former champion. But it's not the worst loss to have because Alexandre is now the 2nd pound-for-pound fighter in the world in any weight class. Alexandre went on to be one of the greatest featherweights of all time. And then his next fight was against Marlon Reyes at bantamweight. This was his bantamweight debut. Marlon won a controversial decision because most people think that Jose won the fight. Jose was able to stand outside, land the jab, and land more significant strikes. His fight after that was against Petr Yan. Petr Yan had success in the 1st round. He was able to land double significant strikes than Jose. He landed 33 significant strikes. Jose only landed 14, which is less than half. The 2nd round, Jose had better success. He got outstruck the 3rd and the 4th round, and eventually he got finished in the 5th round. In my opinion, this is Jose's only loss in the bantamweight division, and he lost to somebody who went on to become the champion, Petr Yan. His next 3 fights against Marlon, Pedro, and Rob Font, he was able to win decisions, which against Marlon Vera, he was able to outclass him, mixing the boxing and the leg kicks the first 2 rounds against Marlon, and then the 3rd round was able to outgrapple him and take his back and end the round on top. When he fought against Pedro, this is one of the best striking displays he's shown his whole career. He was able to land 4, 5, 6 punch combinations to Pedro. When he fought against Rob Font in his last fight, most of the rounds looked like Rob Font would be winning and landing more, but Jose Aldo, whenever he did land, he was able to hurt Rob Font in every round. But in the 1st and the 4th round, he was able to put Rob Font down and come close to getting the finish. So even though Rob Font outstruck Jose Aldo, he hurt Rob Font numerous of times. So if you take away the Marlon Reyes fight, which I think he won, he easily could have won 4 of his last 5 fights, which the only loss will be coming to Petr Yan. But his opponent is Merab Dvalishvili. Merab is a wild, aggressive man. He's looking to get the fight to the ground and keep getting the fight into the ground until he wins by finish or by decision. His striking is basic. He throws kicks here and there, and he throws punches too, but everything is to set up his takedowns. He lost to Frankie Saenz in his 1st fight in the UFC, but a lot of people thought he won the fight. He was able to take Frankie down 11 times, and Frankie outstruck him on the feet, but Merab was able to have dominant top control for over 7 minutes. His next fight was against Ricky Simon. In that fight, he was able to take Ricky down 6 times, but at the end of the 3rd round, Ricky was able to get a guillotine on Merab, and even though Merab didn't tap, he actually went to sleep with no time left to go at the end of the 3rd round. But it ended up being a controversial technical submission by Ricky. It looked like Merab was going on to win a decision. So those are his only 2 losses in the UFC. Those are not bad losses against Frankie Saenz and Ricky Simon. After that loss to Ricky, Merab ended up going on a 7-fight win streak. Against Terrion, he landed 5 takedowns, and he was able to outstrike Terrion 2 on the feet. Against Brad, he landed 5 takedowns. Against Casey Kenny, he landed 12. Against Gustavo, he landed 13. Against John Dodson, he only landed 2, but he was able to outstrike John Dodson on the feet. Against Cody Stamann, he outstruck Cody and landed 5 takedowns. The one fight that stands out is his fight against Marlon Reyes. He was able to get hurt in the first round and come back and win. And this fight was controversial because it looked like Marlon knocked him out, but the referee didn't stop the fight. And after he got hurt, he was able to take Marlon down and ground and pound him. And it looked like they should have stopped the fight at the end of the first round too when Marlon was hurt. And then also they should have stopped the fight in the second round because he was able to take Marlon down again in the second round and land a bunch of ground and pound. And they let that fight go on even further. And eventually, in 4 minutes and 25 seconds in the second round, the referee finally stopped the fight. So this is one of the worst stoppages ever because Merab got hurt in the first round, they should have stopped it. Marlon got hurt in the first and the second round, they should have stopped it, the ground and pound, but they eventually stopped it late in the second round. This fight is going to be depending on if José Aldo can stop the takedowns. If José Aldo cannot stop the takedowns, he's going to be in for a long night. But José Aldo takedown defense is 90%. But Merab, he averaged 7.30 takedowns per fight with a 45% takedown rate. I honestly don't know what's going to happen in this fight because I can kind of see Merab taking him down, but I also can see José stuffing the takedowns and making it a boxing match. My final prediction for this fight is Merab to win by 3-round decision. I can't see José stuffing his takedowns.